Hi guys,
Hello, people.
I'm
I'm
Milena,
Lola.
and we're watching Band of Brothers.
Episode 8. Why am I smiling so
See,
much?
I was about to say, see how this is the only intro where I don't smile. And this is the only, we always take a cup of tea, not coffee, before watching this.
Well, that also has to do with the
Comfort.
fact that it's the last thing we watch when we film, and like we already drink.
Boring!
Don't
It's
lie
for
to the people.
comfort!
Don't lie to people, but we do take tea before this because we're like, I need something warm.
Yeah, it's so hard to talk about this show. We always say that, honestly.
It's
And
very
we
hard.
really did think that because it's very hard to talk about this show and because it's about real lives.
Yes, and so like it's not like I'm here sitting like discussing characters in the terms of like I can't discuss characters because like they're real people.
Yeah.
And
How can I
like,
say,
it
oh my
just
god,
makes
this one's so annoying? Oh my god, or oh my god, this one should have done that. I mean, he was in war.
Yeah.
He was in
Yeah.
a fucking war.
Yeah.
Who am I to say, sit here and say something?
Yeah, nothing. Like we're sitting here safely.
Safely.
And what, like
And
talking about
warmly.
people who are in war freezing.
Who survived
No.
that horror.
I can't. Like that's why we say nothing. We say
Honestly, I
nothing
think
throughout it.
throughout this these episodes, like we never speak.
Because like
What is there to say?
I don't know what is there to say. I am always on the edge of my seat. I am always like so scared of what's gonna blow up next. I'm so scared of like seeing people dying and then seeing other people like seeing that. Everything is just awful.
Yeah, it is.
Everything is just very awful and everything is just very hard to watch. Nothing has
And
changed.
the thing is, like, usually I would not care. Like, we always say that when we're watching some shows when there are bells, it doesn't have to be a war like this. It can be like anime or anything, you know, when there are bells.
Battle, yeah.
Like, those bells don't affect me that much. Like, yeah, it's a good cinematography, is that the word?
Well, sure.
Or, like, the way it was made, directed. Like, it's all great, but, like, those scenes can't affect me that much.
Yeah.
You know, like when there is Belle. But here, when it's a Belle, I am fucking exhausted. Every single time. They just make you relive that Belle with them.
Yeah, again, it just always feels very palpable whenever
Like,
you
and
watch it.
during this episode, not this one, but like every single episode that we watched the show, I always thought, oh my god, when is it gonna end?
Yeah.
Like, I can't anymore.
And like I know that like it started 10 minutes before. Like it's
Yeah.
maybe 10 minutes and I'm like already exhausted. Just
I'm
like,
really wondering if any of you guys felt the same way while watching it the first time.
because this is very
Honestly.
this is tough.
I mean, we always say it's a fucking amazing show. It's perfectly made.
Yeah.
Like, everything is 10 out of 10.
I don't think necessarily people. I just think both of us are too. The way that we watch shows, we are too empathic. Maybe that's a problem. Honestly, maybe that's a problem because like I cannot watch it and not feel shattered inside, and like it really weighs on me. And I don't think necessarily people watch shows like that. So I mean, everyone watches in a different way. Everyone's very different, but I think we're similar. For that, I think that's why these episodes are tough for us.
Yeah.
Like it's very tough. And
Tougher than others.
Again, like I
mean,
can't see how anything is gonna be.
Yeah, in different ways, of course.
Tougher. Yeah.
You know, but like these ones are really exhausting, if you ask me.
And in the last battle, we have really lost a lot of people, and a lot of the people we have followed throughout the show have been really badly injured, and we have
Physically or mentally.
yes, and so like you know, war takes so many people, and we have seen a lot of people now come and go.
Yeah.
And we have also been introduced better to Lipton. Like, I have heard Lip, you know, here and there before, but like last episode really concentrated on him. And I think he's such a fantastic, just like human. I would usually say like, what a fantastic character. Now I have to say what a fantastic person.
Imagine
like,
that.
So
That's
like,
so impossible.
Yeah, it sounds so like, I don't know, it sounds weird speaking about people because like they exist.
We also met, I think, Smiths. Smiths.
I mean, we have seen again Spears throughout, and like he had this really great let's say, important line in episode 3 or 4 or something, where he said that, like, basically you already have to think that you're dead.
Yeah, he
for
said that
you
life.
to be able to do this.
Yeah, and he had great scenes in the last episode.
Yeah, he had really good scenes, and now he is CEO, and Lipton has been promoted to lieutenant. So that was where we left off after a really rough battle where they lost a lot of men. They said like 145 came in and 68 I think came out. Yeah. Some died and some just like suffered tremendously. Yeah. Last episode was very, as all were, but like maybe even more so.
Honestly, I can't choose
was
the
just like very tough.
One.
Was very
they
tough.
were all very tough to me in different ways.
Yeah.
And in that moment when I watched them, I always thought this is the worst one.
Yeah.
Like,
it really hit me seeing Malarkey. I don't know, for some reason, I always say this, I have such a soft spot for Malarkey. I really like him. Maybe because it's the first, like, face that I recognized and the first name that I remembered. Because like, he was the one who spoke to the German soldier in episode 2 before, like, Spears shot them all. And so, like, I always remembered him. And, like, every time I see him, he was really always taking care of people around him and, like, making jokes and being just funny. And so, like, to see him losing all of his best friends and like still not wanting to leave just really broke my heart, and made it even more worse that people were dying. So yeah, last episode was tougher than usual, I think.
Honestly, there was a part when Spears
I
don't even why we're mentioning it, but remember when there were 3 soldiers, was that even in the last episode, and they talked about Spears?
Oh my god, yes.
And Spears came and then told them something.
It's fun because like they were talking about, do you think it's true that like he shot them, first offered them cigarettes, whatever, and he heard all that and like he asked them something, whatever, and he turns around like, you want a cigarette? I'm good.
What a good scene.
I'm good. That was very funny, actually. Like there are a lot of funny moments actually in the show. I think there are a lot of funny comments.
I don't appreciate them enough, honestly.
Yes, because like
when I edit, sometimes I laugh for a second. I thought like none of you laughed. Like neither you and I laughed at that moment. It was a funny moment, you know.
Yeah, again, I think there are a lot of funny moments and like humor, because like in the moments when they say them, like sometimes I laugh, but like usually I'm so on the edge with everything that I can't even fucking let myself laugh at something. It's like just very genuinely funny, and like last episode had a lot of funny moments, I think. But yeah.
Okay, guys.
This episode 8.
Let's
watch
play it. We're very close to the end.
We're not gonna speak a word. I can promise you that.
Yes,
much.
that's the only thing that we know.
Will not say one word. First, I just know of, again, want to mention Leah Dama. Leah Dama being in this show.
Honestly, what a funny second that was when you... I was so in the show, I didn't see him, but like I was so focused on what was happening.
And you said like I saw, and I was like, what do you mean you saw and like didn't react to seeing him?
I saw him after you already... yeah, but like then I was reacting. I was too affected by that moment, too scared to even react to seeing him on screen.
The Last Patrol.
The Last Patrol.
We had lost some very good men there. Toy and Garnier had lost their legs there. A number of other people were killed. It was difficult.
I don't know the exact amount of men that got killed in that. 6, 7 of them were real close friends of mine.
You have a feeling you're going to live through the war. You have a feeling it's starting to ease off. You can't account for it. It's just a gut feeling, but everybody had that feeling. I believe I might be able to live through it. So walk carefully. Take care of yourself.
That's very sad.
I mean, they're right.
Yeah.
I was coming to an end. I mean, we're in February now, right?
The 101st Airborne had been made famous by what it did in the Battle of the Bulge. Newspapers called them the battered bastards of Bastogne, with sounds of the war still coming from just across the river. I had missed Bastogne. All I knew was what I had read and heard around the replacement depot. When I was finally able to rejoin Easy Company, they looked nothing like the heroes who had just helped win the war.
George Lush! Yeah, it's me! Come on, been gone that long? Jesus, yes we have.
Oh my god.
Hey guys, Sergeant Martin? What do you want, Private? Oh. I'm sorry, sir. My name's David Webster. I just got back from the hospital. Good for you.
That was my Lee.
Yeah.
The rest of the guys. This is everybody. Rubler, where's he?
Lieutenant Foley. Second platoon lost more guys than we did. They're really short-handed.
Next truck up, Webster. You'll find 7. Move. Some lieutenant told me to report to second. Your name's Jackson, right?
That's right.
Who's leading the platoon?
Sergeant Malaki is.
What, no officers?
I guess you didn't hear.
No, what's that?
Making Malaki a lieutenant.
Jackson, help me out, will you?
You come from the hospital?
Yeah.
We left Holland 4 months ago.
Well, I wasn't there the whole time. There's rehabilitation, then the replacement depot.
Well, I'm sure try to bust out and help us invest over it.
I don't know how I would have done that.
It's funny, because Popeye found a way.
Sergeant. What's the matter there, Webster? Nervous in the service? Why don't you go talk to Captain Spears? I'm sure he wants you with us. Captain Spears?
The guys I knew were either gone or very different from what I remembered. I was a veteran of D-Day and Market Garden and had been with the company since its formation. But now, because I had missed Bastogne, I was treated as a replacement and felt like I was starting all over again.
He wants us to cross the river.
Yeah, but that water's cold. Should be able to get you some boats.
Is this the company CP for Easy? Yes, sir. Lieutenant Jones looking for Captain Spears. He's on his way, sir. Why don't you sit down? What platoon are you in?
Oh, we're about to find that out.
You know what you're gonna do for this?
And let Spears handle it.
Right.
Captain Spears. Sir, this is Lieutenant Jones.
Listen up. Regiment wants patrol for prisoners.
This one comes straight from Colonel Sink, so it's not my idea.
There's a 3-story building on the enemy side, up the embankment. They know it's occupied. You can have 15 men. Think very hard about who you want to lead the patrol.
15.
You'll need a lead scout or translator. Tonight, 0100.
Yes, sir.
Spears, I want this one to be as foolproof and as safe as possible.
Yeah, don't take any chances on this one. We're too far along for that. When'd you graduate?
June 6th, sir.
June 6th?
D-Day, yes, sir.
Alright, don't get hurt.
Sir, I'd like to volunteer for the patrol.
Spears, talk to him now.
That's what the guy was saying in the beginning. Like, you feel it's coming to an end, so like you actually become more careful because you think you can survive this, and so like they keep saying, you know, make sure it's foolproof.
Captain, request permission to go on the patrol.
No, you don't have experience. Tell Heffron, Ramirez, and McClung they're going.
Yes, sir.
Hey, guys. Sergeant. This is Lieutenant Jones, just assigned 2nd platoon.
Malaki, platoon sergeant.
Congratulations on the battlefield commission. They're making you an officer, no?
Me, no. You must be thinking of First Sergeant Lipton.
So you're without a platoon leader.
No, not anymore, Lieutenant.
Right.
Looks very young.
Sergeant, patrol's being planned for tonight, 0100 hours, across the river.
What do you know about this patrol thing?
Nothing.
Oh, come on, Webb. You gotta know something.
I don't.
Bullshit. Spell it.
Captain Spears is to pick 15 men. Lieutenant Jones wants to be one of them.
You also got some sort of railroad gun back there. Shell's about the size of a juice and a half.
They haven't made any attempts to cross the river.
No. They have roofs over their heads, sir, just like us. I don't think anybody wants to do anything stupid at this point, right? Why are you holding out on me? I know you know. Just give us the names, Webb. Who?
There are 3 men here in this room that they think should be on the patrol. Well, if I tell you, you can't let them let you know.
Your secret's safe, Webb.
Yeah. Heffron,
Shit.
McClung, and you.
You want any other guys from any other platoon?
No, I don't know. Not that I know of.
I'll tell them. I just need
Listen up! Got some bad news. There is a patrol set for tonight. So far, Spears wants McClung.
No, yeah, we've just fucking heard. Webster here told us.
And PX rations just came in, including winter shoe packs.
Beautiful.
Also, we got showers.
Mm.
Let's move! Move!
I'm just doing that. We look at showers now. You can see how different they act to the guy who just came, Webster.
Yeah.
Not Webster.
Webster.
Yeah.
I think it's Webster.
In war, soldiers sometimes die in the fever pitch of a firefighter by artillery when they're huddled in a foxhole. Bill Keane, a Tacoma man, was killed because he was carrying a sack of potatoes from one building into another. In the wrong place at the wrong time. He was dead before Doc Rowe even heard the call for a medic.
Second platoon on me. All right, I'm leading this patrol. CO wants Grant. Lead got Wynn, Jackson, Shifty from 3rd platoon, and Webster.
The one you want from first?
No.
Is there anyone you don't want from second? Please look her up. Does it work?
That sounds like everybody to me.
Has it been a long time since your last shower, Professor?
Hurry up, will you?
God, the way Malarkey looks different. Can't even look at him, honestly.
Lieutenant?
Yeah. You still want to get your ODs dirty?
Of course. I was just thinking. Sergeant Malarkey's really in no condition to be on this patrol. And maybe if you offered, we could go in his place. Being that you are an officer.
No, they want someone with experience.
The guy's been picked at plenty of that. Lieutenant Jones wanted to experience combat before the war was over. Don Malarkey had been on the front lines every time Easy Company had seen action since D-Day. If it was possible for them to switch places for the patrol, it would be a small moment of justice, as welcome as a hot shower and a fresh uniform. The decision, though, was not theirs to make.
Oh, Hershey bars!
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, who they for?
Not you.
Oh, come on, George, one bar.
No, there's not enough to go around.
Conspiracy?
Give me a kid a Hershey bar.
You gotta be
Good.
shitting me.
What's up, guys? Like you do with the plays, George?
Yeah, I did good, huh?
Don't have Hershey's. Hey, he gets a fucking Hershey bar.
Well, he got shot in the ass.
Yeah, tell me to stick your big ass out in the wind. Yeah, well, just to make sure, we gotta row across the fucking river tonight. Grab a few and ask them in person. You kidding me? Wish it was. We'll come back for it.
As soon as our men are back in the boats, we'll request 50 of them.
Captain Winters, about the patrol. I feel that I should go on the patrol, sir. I know I could use the experience.
Denied. Anything else?
You're not gonna lead that patrol.
I don't know how they could ever like work because he has no experience. He's supposed to lead men into it.
It looks like Sergeant Malarkey could use a break, sir. I've discussed it with him, and he said that he did not mind if I took his place on the patrol.
That was nice of him.
Captain Winters.
Yes.
I'd really like to be on that patrol, sir. If it's true the crowds are finished, I haven't really done anything except deliver mail and type morning reports.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Captain.
He's got a point about Sergeant Malarkey.
Yeah, fine.
Fine, you can go. There'll be a briefing. CP 1700.
Yes, sir. So who do you have in mind leading this thing if not Malarkey?
Come on. You can't be leading.
I'm not sure what to decide. Who's in charge of this bullshit?
No, he ain't. Well, if he ain't, it's you, Chuck. Or Shifty, or Mo.
Dan.
As you can see, we've assembled 15 of you here for this prisoner snatch tonight. 0100. Secure 4 rubber boats, get you across the river. Lieutenant Jones here is the ranking officer, and he'll be along as an observer. Sergeant Martin here will lead the patrol in Sergeant Malarkey's place. The whole battalion will be covering your withdrawal. Identify targets, plan fire for them. We hear these whistles, we open up. So don't blow them till you're back in the boats with your prisoners. You have to move fast, but carefully. Perimeter around the house. Once that's in place, get your rifle grenades in the first floor window, get your assault team in quick. Okay, good, understood. Remember, it's about prisoners. Don't pop the first thing that moves. Clear?
Sir.
Pick your assault team.
McClung, Sisk, Cobb, Garcia, and Webster. This translator. You speak German, right, Webster?
Yeah. German's as good as mine.
Sir? Going right? Sir?
Yes.
Lead guy and I, we both speak German.
Yeah?
You said 15 men, there's 16 of us, including 2 translators.
Fine, Hey, look that. You wanna sit this one out?
Yes, sir.
Martin. Want to supervise?
Thank you, sir.
Do 2 5s.
Thank you.
Malarkey.
It hurts me every time I look at his face.
Really?
Honestly.
You set for tonight? I'm ready. Those crowds are gonna catch some hell.
So I hear. Not personally going in.
Smart, right? 15 men crossing a river to capture prisoners from a German observation post. Getting back safely could be successfully accomplished in as little as 10 minutes. The same mission could be met with disaster and result in nothing more than 15 Americans killed or wounded in action.
It's secured to the tree. No sign of any AP.
And we saw it in the open while they crossed the river. Were they the ones who were supposed to go in or the ones who provided cover? This is such an opportunity to go bad because like if someone sees them and they start firing, like they're gonna hear this. Like I feel like they have to capture them in such silence to be able to bring them back. I mean, I guess they don't need the silence. I don't fucking know.
This couldn't be any louder. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Ramirez what's best. Take the charges, private. Shut up, you two. I'm picking him up. I said shut up, Ramirez. Pick up Jackson. We're moving out. Come on, where are you going to move? Everybody goes out of my command. Are you ready? Are you ready? Shut up, yo. Come on. We're not going to get back. I'm so good if you call me English stuff. Come on.
Who's hit? I didn't see. Oh my god! Oh my god, what?
I don't know, I feel like he turned the guns in.
Light, I need some light. Give me some light. Look at the flame, Jackson. Look at the flame. Okay, that's good. All right, let's get him out of here. Let's get him out of here. Come on, it's okay. It's okay, Jackson. Let's get him out of here. Take it easy, huh? It's okay. It's okay.
Nixon was 20 years old. He lied about his age when he joined the Army at 16. His family, I'm sure, got a telegram from the War Department saying he died a hero on an important mission that would help win the war. In fact, Eugene lost his life on a stretcher in a dank basement in Hagenau, crying out in agony while his friends looked on helplessly. He was just one more casualty in a war that was supposed to be all but over.
They put that in old 20, Private Jackson took a grenade frag rushing in the enemy OP. It was his own grenade.
He died of his wounds, sir. Any others?
No, sir.
Well executed. It's not your fault.
What are you doing, cop?
You leave someone in the bank?
Yeah, we did.
It's the third prisoner that was too far gone to bring back. Maybe we should put him out of his misery.
Fuck his misery. I can't listen to it anymore. So he knows we lost a man?
Yeah, he knows.
He also knows he picked up 2 prisoners who talked.
Sink's been on the phone all day bragging it up, but I think he's just showing off now.
I don't know, Dick. I don't know what to tell you. He gave him a successful patrol, now he wants 2.
Successful.
Evening, gents. And easy. Y'all did a damn fine job on a tough mission last night. I wish you good luck tonight, because I'd be expecting more of the same. Have you briefed the men?
Just on our way, sir.
All right. Make damn sure you remind them how proud I am of what they did.
Yes, sir. So I'll brief him now, sir? No. No, I'll do it.
You men did an excellent job last night. Proud. I just saw Colonel Sink. He's proud too. In fact, he's so proud he wants you to do another patrol across the river tonight. Any moment now, the outpost we hit last night will go up in flames. Martin?
Yes, sir.
Means we'd have to venture farther into town this time. Captain Spears, you have the map, please.
Yeah, Sergeant Grant. We're not changing the plan any, sir.
No. Plan's the same. It'll be 0200 hours instead of 0100. That clear?
Sir.
Okay. Good, because want you all to get a full night's sleep tonight. Which means in the morning, you will report to me that you made it across the river into German lines. We're unable to secure any live prisoners. Understand?
Sir. Sir.
Look sharp for tomorrow. Moving off the line.
Moving off the line.
First Sergeant Lipton.
Sir.
Your honorable discharge as an enlisted man. And battlefield commission as a second lieutenant.
What do we have here, boys?
Hey, pal. Congratulations, Corbett.
Thank you, sir.
Congratulations. Thanks.
Welcome back, sir.
Yeah, it's Harry. Congratulations. Thanks.
Yeah, Harry, I didn't expect to see you this soon. I figured you'd be nursing that scratch for another month or 2.
Regiment has seen fit to promote you to first lieutenant. Watch on staff up there.
Forward that.
Congratulations. Good luck.
Thank you, sir.
So a second patrol never happened. Word was Captain Nixon wrote up a bogus report and regiment never got wise. As we pulled out of Hagenau, many of us in Easy Company felt that a corner had been turned, and we all might make it home alive.
Before I forget, Colonel Sink's a bit unhappy with the appearance of your uniform. He says it's not befitting to your rank.
All clears.
Congratulations, Major. Gentlemen, we ready?
people back home would ever know what it cost the soldiers to win this war. In America, things were already beginning to look like peacetime. The standard of living was on the rise, racetracks and nightclubs were booming. You couldn't get a hotel room in Miami Beach, it was so crowded. How could anyone ever know of the price paid by soldiers in terror, agony, and bloodshed if they'd never been to places like Normandy, Bastogne, or Hagenau?
There's the first episode that felt short. This actually felt a bit short. Why we fight? Oh great, I'm gonna die. Oh god. I just want to say right off the bat, I feel like the next episode is gonna be bad.
What does it mean?
Well, it's called Why We Fight.
What does it mean bad?
Emotional. Okay, not everything is emotional. Not saying bad is in terms of like it's gonna be. I mean, it still can be like a lot of casualties and everything, but I just feel like it's gonna be why they fight. It's all why we fight.
I agree. I think it's more gonna be about brotherhood or something
like that. That's why I'm not gonna survive that.
And that's the thing. Like this episode, for example, like the ending when Winter said what he said, when you hear that they are hoping that they actually might survive and stuff like that. Those moments hit me more. They hit me emotionally always.
Yeah.
But like this episode wasn't that hard for me. I don't know how to explain that. Like I could cry in this type of episode, but like the episodes before that were to me much more exhausting. So that's what I see going forward.
I mean, that's why I feel like this episode felt short.
Yeah,
the episode was
exactly. I didn't wait for it to end.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
And I don't think I think it's gonna be similar like that in the next few episodes. In the last episode, we might be even more with like soldiers who they are right now.
Yeah,
like we maybe get to meet them or something, find out who is who or something like that. You know.
Yeah.
And the next one, it's Why We Fight. I think exactly. I think both next two episodes are gonna be very emotional, but just like not exhausting.
Yeah.
In the type of way that this show is.
Can be, yeah.
Yeah.
We opened up again with the veterans talking about the people that they lost, and one of them said that like he lost. In that battle, he lost he doesn't know how many people they lost, but like he lost 7 of his closest friends.
Yeah. I can't even.
I don't know.
Honestly, I can't even I'm watching Malarkey because we know that in the last episode he lost 3 of his friends or something like that.
Yeah.
And that breaks me. Honestly, he's a completely different person, and how wouldn't he not be?
Yeah.
Meaning, like it's hard enough to go through a war.
Yeah.
It's horrible enough. Like hard enough is not a strong enough word.
No.
But at least they had each other there.
Yeah.
Like at least he had those friends there.
Yeah.
For comfort to be together in that, and now he lost them. He looks like a completely different person, honestly.
I mean, he looks like a shell of a person.
Yeah. He like Malarkey that we know in the first episode does not look like that.
No.
And that's
no one does. And like even with, like I feel like with Malarkey maybe the difference is even more like visible. Because like he was kind of always this like silly, happy-go-lucky,
yeah.
And just to see him worn down, it's very tough.
And that's when the soldier Webster mentioned how they all look different than when he went back. But let's first go to the scene with soldiers in real life. Right now.
Yeah, I mean, they said again about how many people they have lost, and then they mentioned that at that point in time, they were starting to feel that the war was like coming to an end.
They might actually survive this. Honestly,
and then they like, let's say, started becoming more careful because like you actually might survive this, because like living it with the notion like that Spears has, like that you're already dead. But then having that glimpse of hope because it is coming to an end and you survived for so long, you might survive now. And like it makes like when they were supposed to be sending them off for patrol, like no one wanted to go. Like they became so much more, let's say, careful, but also like that thing, it's different from like going into battle. This is like you are sending 15 men like to get intel, you know, and like they could potentially die, and so that was really tough.
Yeah, I think they are very exhausted.
I mean, obviously.
You can see how exhausted they are.
Yeah.
And how you can see how they want to be careful with the fact that like when they are chosen for that patrol, they don't want to risk it.
Yeah.
None of them are happy that they are the ones who are gonna be involved with something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this episode we were following Webster, yes. I don't remember Webster. I don't know if we maybe
I remember his face.
You do?
Yeah, very well. Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
But like he did say that he was there on D-Day, and like Webster sounds familiar to me, but I don't know if it just sounds Webster because of the dictionary. I don't know if it sounds familiar because of that. But like he said that he gone through D-Day and another battle, and then he got hurt, and so like basically he was for nearly, I think, 4 months.
4 months?
Was, yeah, I think that's what they said. 4 months he was in a hospital bed.
But
basically.
He was before that first patrol.
First regiment.
Platoon.
Yeah.
He was before that, like first platoon.
I guess, yeah.
And now he came back and he saw how everything is different and how everybody is different, and how people who he knew very well and people who he didn't know, they just didn't seem like the same person that, I mean, he didn't know very well. They just seemed like different people.
I mean, he saw them, like saw them they went through training together. They went through health together at some point, but like he got hurt, and in the meantime the battle continued. They had so many awful battles that like made all these men like just shells.
Yeah, exactly.
And then so like when he came there, he really couldn't recognize anything, and anyone like couldn't even wrap his mind around that like so many of them are like gone.
Yeah, when he saw them, even though they went through, they always mention how he wasn't there for Bastogne. Yeah, just like you said, even though they survived so much together before that, they didn't feel like he was one of them.
Yeah.
Because he hasn't survived what they did, which was much worse.
Yeah.
Than what
they think he survived. Yeah. Like it was very, I mean, it was very sad for Webster. Like he just came there to serve, you know, and then he happened to be hurt and really couldn't, there was not much he can do about it. Like, of course, you understand the soldiers who look at him not having gone through what they have gone through. I'm sure there would be a lot of that going on. Like that's how they also view the replacements, you know, and that's kind of how they looked at him, even though like he wasn't, and so like he didn't have his place there when he came back, and they put him in second platoon, and he was just trying to find his way through it. I mean, I'm glad that at the end when he went through that the patrol, that they kind of accepted him, like and helped him up.
Yeah.
As they were going away from the battlefield.
Yeah.
I mean, from the front lines.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. I mean, besides him, we had another lieutenant James, who literally graduated from West Point on D-Day. I think that's what he said. So like he's very young and he's a lieutenant. I don't know if he has like seen battle on the battlefield. Like he has.
It didn't seem like that.
He was definitely like. I mean, he's lieutenant, so like he went through those teachings and trainings and everything.
Yes, he went to training, but he didn't seem like, he even said something along the lines to Winters
that he wants to get.
He wasn't even in the battlefield. He didn't have time.
I mean, he said something along the lines of that he wants to get experience in the battlefield or something along those lines. And I wasn't sure what they're gonna do, because like it didn't seem to me at that point smart to exchange malarkey with him, because like you don't know how you're gonna act in a war in this type of situation. I thought it was a very like big risk to take, but like also at that point, you know, in war, I don't even think you have like much options than to do this, because malarkey also at that point was worn down completely and like just needed a break. And like even I don't think he would be a better person
I
there.
agree. I agree. That's what I say.
And so I'm happy that it like worked out.
I mean, they did not replace him with Malarkey exactly. They put him there in charge for a lieutenant to be there and for him to get some experience in Battlefield, but at the same time they put another guy in charge that we also know who had experience. We know him, I mean, who had experience and has survived all of this.
But I really liked the juxtaposition between Webster and James, because they're kind of coming in here.
Yeah.
Let's say, I mean, Webster was already in the war, but like still he's coming in here not being so broken down and seeing all the men and what they have become. Like they look so different, because the men are like taking a shower now, you know, like God knows how long it's been since their last shower, and these two are clean.
He took a shower yesterday, like,
yeah.
But like at the same time, I do appreciate that he thought of them and that he saw how different they are, and he was willing to maybe help them not go onto that patrol. Let's say
he said like there's 16 of us.
Yeah, but before that he was the first one who came to James and said to him like, maybe you should go and ask somebody that even though James asked Malarkey, but Malarkey was like, it's not up to me. If I would like to, I would not mind you going instead of me, but like it's not up to me. And then that's what Webster told James, that he should go and ask Winters about, like, tell Winters that maybe it would be a smart decision to replace Malarkey because he would need rest.
Wasn't the other way around?
I mean, he suggested to James that he should go and replace maybe Malarkey.
I mean, because like he did want to go. Yeah. James did want to go in the patrol, and so like this was one way to get him on patrol, and like Winters could see. And he said to Nixon like that it's true about Malarkey, that Malarkey really should have some rest because like he is emotionally exhausted from having lost so many people. And I thought it was also like, again, talking about differences between like Webster and James and the rest of them. Like they're in town and, you know, a grenade is dropping from the Germans and like Malarkey ducks a bit. Webster's on the fucking ground, you know? And then, like, you see the clear difference about, like, what they have survived. And, like, Webster was in the hospital.
And in a rehabilitation center for last month.
Yeah. And so, like, I really felt bad for Webster for getting, like, that type of a treatment.
Honestly, yes. But at the same time, like, I feel bad for soldiers.
Of course, like that's why I'm like, you know, like, I say nothing because like of course they're gonna feel that certain way because here comes someone who didn't go what they went through, you know.
And they're just
it makes sense they would
getting
feel
a
that
great
way.
treatment, you know, but like they have survived the horrible of Barcelona. I mean, that has nothing to do with him. He was wounded. He would be with them. I mean, he trained with them. He would be with them if he was able to be.
Yeah, I mean, I just think all sides are very understandable in this, and it's just like very unfortunate.
Of course.
Yes, but they went through with the patrol. I did not know how that was gonna go, honestly, just because like it made me feel so uneasy seeing them on those little boats because like they looked so exposed there. Like if they saw them. I mean, they did have cover, you know, they weren't just like hanging there. They did have cover. There were people there who were about to shoot.
I mean, that's the only reason why we survived.
Yeah, of course, because like if they weren't shooting, they would be gone.
All of us would be dead. Not like just one man. It would be 15 of them.
Yes, and so like they went and they managed to get to the other side of the shore, and then what is his name? Jackson. Was it Jackson?
Mm-hmm.
I think it was Jackson. He threw his own like grenade and opened the door before it exploded.
Yeah.
And so like it hurt him.
Yeah.
Like it literally like burned the side of half of his face. And that whole scene and that place was so hectic, was so I don't know what was happening. Jackson was yelling how he doesn't want to die, and that was awful, and then someone was also yelling how he's gonna die,
and it's not like all of them just yelling and not knowing what to do, and medic is not there, and like nobody can help them. Everybody's just screaming what they think should happen, but like nobody's listening
and like
to
holding
everybody.
the German soldiers, while the German soldiers are also yelling something. And then like one guy in all that like commotion and like rage was about to shoot them, was about to shoot the German soldiers. Like, why did we come here,
No, honestly, it was just horrible scene, but to me the worst part of it was Jackson screaming that he doesn't want to die. Because to me there is honestly nothing harder to watch than a person who desperately not want to dying.
Yeah.
Right in front of you. Yeah. And none of them are able to help him. None of them can do anything.
And like all of them can only helplessly watch.
Yeah, that's honestly horrible.
Yeah, that is the worst part of it. That was the worst part of the episode.
Yeah.
And there was nothing they could do for him. Like they got his body back, and brought the two soldiers. I mean, there were three. One was wounded, and that they left that soldier on the shoreline. And I think the soldier was yelling even when like the sun rose. Still, he was still alive. And I don't know who exactly said like maybe we should put him out of his misery. And they said like let him live in his misery. And that was like, yeah. I mean, I don't know what to tell you with that. Like it's war and it's really rough.
And then it started. This talk has been started about going to a second patrol.
Yes, because like they did, let's say, so well, and like the general, right, was like on the phone the entire day, basically bragging about.
And he was saying like, tell them how proud I am of them and how happy I am that like it worked out great. One of them died.
Yes, and now we're gonna like repeat that same thing, but like going even further. Into town. I will, and like they're with the same, and I was like thinking, are we really gonna do this? Yeah. Like, are we really gonna do this? And like then Winter said like, I'm gonna tell them, and I was like, okay, well he wants to be the one to break the news to them. And he told them what the plan is supposed to be, and they all just like, no one said a fucking word.
They just stayed quiet.
Yes, and then he said like, so get a good night's sleep.
So I want you to get a good night's sleep.
Yeah, and I was like wondering like, do you mean until like 1 o'clock when they have to get out? Like I don't know what you mean by that. So like get a good night's sleep.
I at all did not expect that.
No, and then when he said, and then tomorrow morning you're gonna report, and that like my fucking heart.
That tells you how much he cares for them. He doesn't want them to die for nothing. Like one of them died.
And it did
it's
seem
not for
like
nothing, but like it's not for a good enough reason in his opinion, Like he doesn't, he understands like how exhausted they are and how close to ending this war we are.
Yeah.
So like why risk it?
Yeah. And so like he said that, and just like prepare for tomorrow, we're all gonna fucking lie.
Oh my
we're
God.
just gonna say no soldiers were
couldn't find
caught, and that's it. You just gotta get some rest. And that like he gave Webster and James first row look at what a leader is and what he does. And I love Winters. What a fucking man.
Yeah.
What a fucking man.
Yeah.
Every time I'm so surprised.
Every
time I'm so surprised that he is actually like so young.
Yeah.
Like I think people said that he's like 23, 24 at this point.
Yeah.
Like that to me seems like he is younger than me.
Yeah, I thought it's 32.
Like, I mean, the actor looks older, so like it doesn't work, but like Winters was that young. I mean, you grow up much faster in a war than anywhere else, but like still it's incredible. But the guy, Jackson,
who died, he went...
Oh my God,
he died at 20 years old, and
he lied.
He lied to get into the academy or whatever, not...
To get into the army.
To the army, when he was 16.
My God.
God, how horrible that all is, honestly.
And then they said, like, I'm sure they sent his family a letter saying that he died an honorable death.
Yeah.
That was worthy for the cause.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. The cause was just like getting, like, sure, it's not like pointless, but just getting 2 German soldiers who are not even going to tell you anything. We're talking about Hitler's favorite color. These moments
at the end of a war, I don't think they're worth losing a life.
I mean, again, they don't know it's the end of the war.
Yeah.
They don't know. Hoping. They can kind of feel it.
Yeah.
And they are right.
Because
it's coming
they are
to an
winning.
end. Yes. they're coming to an end, and like I mean, they are next episode. They said like that Easy Company is entering Germany.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I mean, we're there.
Yeah.
We're in the home stretch, and I'm afraid what they're gonna see in Germany. I don't know what we're gonna do with these last 2 remaining storylines.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I mean 2 episodes, because again it was always a very just human story.
Yeah.
And I think they're gonna end it with that, like just talking about what it takes. I mean, they even spoke about it briefly in this episode, how like in the US life was starting to go back to normal, like there were clubs opening up and people just like continuing on with their lives, and no one really knows what it took for these men, like the sacrifices they made.
Yeah.
No one's ever really gonna fully know and understand, and I don't think
No,
anyone
they
is.
could.
I don't think anyone is. I don't think even us now can comprehend like the
yes, we can.
like
we wasn't
there.
even exactly.
Like, come on.
And here we are. Oh my god, it feels just like a war.
Yeah. No, I don't think anyone can ever fully comprehend it, and I hope that no one does.
Yeah.
I really hope that no one does fully comprehend it, because it's not something that anyone should live with.
Yeah.
I think it's incredibly hard. This was a phenomenal episode, much like every other, and I expect these last 2 to also just be incredible.
Okay, guys.
Thank you so much for watching.
We'll see you soon. Bye.